Okay, so unfortunately the last video kind of crapped out on me and did not take. I was working on the hair last, and I wanted to show you guys the dodge and burn tool. That video did take, so I was kind of going through here and adding some contrast with the dodge and burn tool, lightening some areas like this, darkening here. If you watched the other video before this one, you'll get the gist. I just wanted to show you the before and after, which I did not get a chance to do. So, zoom out just a little bit more. Here is the before and the after. Now, the video that unfortunately did not take, I continued this process onto the dress. Okay, and so here is the before and after of that process. Again, just going darkening here, lightening the highlights, and it really makes things kind of pop. Again, before and after with that. Kind of subtle, but I think it really helps add to the image. And the last thing I like to add is an adjustment layer of the curves adjustment layer. So click that. This is what pops up, but it's on the other screen. And I will do each individual color. So red will come in and adjust that just slightly. There's not a whole lot to be done here. Green, just barely bring that in just to the edges of your histogram, wherever that may be in your image. And then you can always change it to your liking. Now what's really cool too, you can see with this image, this added some contrast. But let's say you like the color change, but you don't necessarily want the contrast that it gave. You can change that. I'm going to slide this out of the way so we can see. By just changing the layer blend mode, which is up here. So instead of normal, you come down here to color. And now without adding the contrast, we have kept those changes, which are extremely subtle, for a white balance, which actually looks pretty good. But I happen to also like the color that it added, so we're going to change this back to normal and keep the contrast that it added. So I'm going to save this image. We are finished here, essentially. The only thing that I might add later on, which is kind of actually naturally there because I put a light right behind her, just so you guys know how I lit this photograph. I will show you. Should be another image here in Lightroom. Okay, so we'll go to all of the files. Here is how it was lit here. Okay, so I had I believe it's a white lightning X1600 up above, angled downwards, and then was reflecting light back in with a reflector right here, and then I had a hair light coming off the table, actually sitting on the table right here, and a black seamless background, and then I have a light directly behind her. You can kind of see the remnants of it here, the legs. With a CTO gel mixed with some other yellow gel to give this color. Yeah, so that's how the photo was lit. Going back here, I want to show you one very last thing I will sometimes do to these images. Let's find just the TIFF files. Back in the develop module, the one thing I didn't do the first time around was change the vignetting, which I like to do at the very end. And I might not need to because the light that I placed behind her kind of already added some natural darkening vignetting on the corners, which I really like. But you can add just a tiny bit more. That's not too bad. And we're done. Again, my name is Nakean Wycliffe, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me at www.photos@nakean.com. Nakean as